got some action fragments. Oh, hey there, everyone. Today is Wednesday, the 7th of August. It's already August. And for some reason, I'm vertical this week, so I don't know. But it's Wednesday, so you know what that means? That means it's time for comics again. Thank you once again for tuning in to Comics Again. If this is your first time to Comics Again, well, welcome. We're going to talk about all my new comics coming your way today, so without further ado, just come with me and we'll get down to business and see, let's go on a journey together and see all the number ones this week. First off, from DC Comics, we've got Absolute Power issue 2. Holy smokes, what's going to happen here? All the bad guys have kind of won. I don't know how Amanda Waller's kind of won already. It's issue 204. Find out what's going to happen, or how do our heroes get out of this one? Check it out. Absolute Power issue 2. Tying into Absolute Power this week is Batman issue 151, Bat and Cat versus some bizarro action in the Absolute Power. And those are your Absolute Power tie-ins for this week. Also coming your way from DC Comics, we head on over to Gotham City, where there are some sirens. Yes, it's the Gotham City Sirens. The team of badass ladies are here to raise some hell in a new Gotham City Sirens. Leah Williams is writing it. Casey's a huge fan of hers. Heading on over to Marvel Comics, the Blood Hunt is over, but wait, there's more. Spinning out of the Blood Hunt comes Blood Hunters issue number 1. Yeah, the Blood Hunters are here to continue to hunt down the vampire threat. And Miles Morales is still a vampire threat? Turning our eyes to the X books, we see what's going to happen, who's going to rise from the ashes this week. And the first book's a bit of a surprise. Bet you didn't think you were going to buy Avengers 17 as an X-Men tie-in. Yes, Storm is joining the Avengers in Avengers 17. It's a From the Ashes thing. Not necessarily a tie-in, but it's From the Ashes. And the really big X book, the biggest From the Ashes that you've all been waiting for, is here. Yes, it is Gail Simone and Dave Marquez's Uncanny X-Men issue 1. Get in on the ground floor with the Uncanny X-Men in this new book. It's got Gambit and Rogue and Wolverine and a bunch of X-Men in it. It's all the X-Men you want. It's all the X-Men. Uncanny X-Men. If spiders are more your thing, then check out Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood. It's one of those limited color palette anthologies that you're gonna want to add to your collection. Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood. They're getting punnier and punnier. And Spider adjacent, there's the first issue of the Venom War. Yeah, last week's Black Widow tied into the Venom War. Now the Venom War is actually here and raging and going on. It's Venom War issue 1. Over there in Image Comics, Kieron Gillen teams up with Caspar Winjgaard to bring us the power fantasy. 6 people in the world have superpowers and they should never come into conflict. But of course it's comic books, so conflict is gonna come to them, right? Check it out, the power fantasy is here and it looks fantastic. The EC Comics Renaissance continues from Oni Press, this time with Cruel Universe. Yeah, some science fiction stories from the EC tradition coming your way with all new art, all new artists, all new stories. Look at this cover. That's just fantastic. EC Comics Cruel Universe issue 1 is here. A comic book that ties into a board game, card game? Why not? It's Arkham Horror issue 1 from Dark Horse Comics. Ties into that Arkham Horror game that you love playing that we have on our shelf as well. Also from Dark Horse Comics, Mark Millar's Prodigy is heading to Mars. Check it out with Prodigy, Slaves of Mars. From Boom Comics comes the team-up of Stephanie Phillips and Goran Sudzuka, I really hope I'm saying that name right, in Red Before Black. A buddy criminal aesthetic. These 2 ladies are raising hell and doing some shooting and all sorts of crazy stuff's going on there. Can't wait to check this out myself. It is Red Before Black issue 1. Also coming away from Image Comics is Cowl 1964. That's C period, O period, W period, L period, 1964. It's the comic book about the superhero labor union. Yeah, I bet you didn't think you wanted to read that, but now you do. Check it out. Cowl 1964 issue 1 is here. It's a 3-issue series. Check out the other Cowl stuff. For all you people that walk around the city and find it a little bit dangerous, check out The Pedestrian, issue number 1 from Magma Comics. It says justice always has the right of way on the back. And look at him. He's walking pretty quick. He's the little man on the sign. I have no idea what's going on in here, but I'm definitely reading this one. The Pedestrian, issue 1. And jumping straight from the gigantic silver screen full of lasagna and hating Mondays is Garfield, issue 1. Yeah, it's Garfield. Based on the movie version of Garfield, not the classic comic book version, which I guess is still the same, the comic strips. But it's Garfield, but it's based on the Garfield movie, it says. So, Garfield, he hates Mondays. And lastly this week is well, if you're a fan of comics, you've definitely heard about this. If you're a fan of offbeat comics, weird comics, printing errors, maybe? Printing illusions, Michael? Anyway, Betty and Me, number 16 is here with the classic Archie, as they say, beat-off cover. It's the Archie beat-off cover. It's getting the full facsimile reprint, so add this one to your collection now. I used to have a real one, but I sold it. Kind of regret that. But I'm going to get this to add this one to my collection. Classic Betty and Me, issue 16, full facsimile reprint. Don't miss it. It's a comic books, man. What are they? They're great. All right, that's it. That is it for me this week. Thank you very much for tuning in and listening to me babble about comic books. If you can't come into the store to hear me babble about comic books and buy your stuff, feel free to shop with us at bravenewworldscomics.com. It'll help you out with all your comic book needs. Do not forget that on Wednesday, August 14th, that's a week from today, that's next week, Jerry Duggan, the writer of The Avengers, the writer of X-Men, the writer of Deadpool, the writer of the most recent series, Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. Guess what? Jerry Duggan is going to be in store from 6 to 8 p.m. on that Wednesday. That's Wednesday, the 14th of August, from 6 to 8 p.m. That's the end of our night, so come on in, get some stuff signed, meet Jerry. It's free to attend. Bring your stuff, maybe pick up something off the shelf you have never read before, try something new, have him sign it. I heard Jerry's a nice guy. I can't wait to hang out with him, and you should probably come do that with us. You know, hang out with Jerry, get stuff signed. He'll be here. August 14th, 6 to 8 p.m. He finally told us what time he was going to be here. That's why there is now new information. Don't forget to tune into Casey's podcast, The Tales from the Short Box. They have last week's comics and the Tales from the Short Box. They talk about all that stuff. They have stuff. Listen to it. And tune into her video series on Friday for Comics Forever. She'll recommend you to read something maybe you haven't read before. It's always something good. She's always got something good. As of now, I think I'm done being vertical, and maybe next week we'll go back to horizontal. Who knows? I don't know why I did it this way. It just happens. Have a great one. Stay cool, and go read some comics. See you again next week. See ya. It starts raining, and then the sirens just have to go off. It would not be a comics again if I wasn't waiting for sirens at some point.